Good afternoon and welcome. This is the Skeinz Diaries, and I know it is an afternoon. I know it is half 2, and it's not 11 o'clock. But I appreciate if you got hopefully you got the memo. But we had Claire and I both had a full morning at the mill this morning, so hence the reason for needing to move the diaries. Just getting everything planned. I mean, this is the thing now. Epic sale. We've got to plan this thing 6 months out. So there was a stock meeting plus the normal meeting, and then another meeting on top of a meeting. It was a morning. Hello and welcome. A real to do this morning. So hence the reason for the shift in time. I do appreciate you guys being so patient on that. But here we are. And August. August means not August next month. Very, very exciting. So we are very excited about that. You probably have seen there is a new theme with the Speak Easy, and I've completely forgotten what it is now. Someone can tell me what it is. I can tell you what it is because hold on, I've got the Speak Easy sitting over here. It is Sweet As. There you go, Sweet As. Hello, hello. Everybody. Oh, good to see everyone. Yes, Sweet As is the new theme for the Speakeasy this month. So if you've got anything that you'd like to share with us, because it's Sweet As, so you just get it on up and you will go into that draw for a prize pack. I haven't quite figured out what the prize pack is going to be yet, but it will be there somewhere along the line. Right, what have I got to tell you about today? It's a couple of things. I'm going to start off firstly with the newsletter, which I've just popped out as well this afternoon. And I was just having a look at, because I don't know about you guys, so can you see, snuffly? The pollen has started running here, which is the pine pollen off the ranges here, and that sends me into snuffleupagus territory for like a whole month. Sabrina's just saying, listening while sitting in the sunshine, knitting a swatch. Sabrina, you're a woman after my own heart, and that's actually, in a way, what was caught my eye today in terms of the sunshine, because we had a beautiful fine weekend, but it was still a bit cold. As you can see, I've dusted out the old fuzzy wuzzy love note this morning because we had a frost. We had a frost at our house this morning. It was cold, but then it sort of comes together quite nice and warm. So what I discovered was, having a look as I jumped on like I do, and actually I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so we can see it. Let's there we go. That's better, isn't it? That's much better. Right, this is Stromboli from Caitlin Hunter, a new one. She's only just popped it out in the last month or so. Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely lovely. It's a really lovely lacy textured tee. You've got these really nice crossover stitches here, this lovely arrowed sort of lace work through here. Super pretty. Really, really pretty. And I thought, oh, I like that. She's used the EMEAC organic cotton, but this is what caught my eye. The gauge there, that will be definitely a blocked gauge, but 2.75, 3.25 meters. You could potentially go up to 3.5 there, but it is in a lacework configuration. And actually, that's a nice one. That's a good one there too. See, look at that. Just lovely, really lovely lines. Nice little cap sleeve through there. It would be such easy wearing and it just screamed Eros to me. Absolutely screamed Eros to me, because you would be able to, it wouldn't look quite so heavy because that's got a cotton element to it. It does have a little bit of a weightiness to it, but with the Eros you wouldn't get that. It would be a little bit floatier and dreamier. And I thought, gosh, what an absolute little gem if you're looking for something to wear. And Eros is so soft and so delicious that you could wear that next to the skin, which is what sort of piqued my curiosity, as it were. You could also potentially use a lighter weight DK, actually, even if I'm brutally honest, if you wanted to use Orb Fine. Not Orb Fine, I'd use Orb DK. I'd use Orb DK, and that would potentially work quite well in that as well. Now, this Stromboli pattern also is part of her Knit-Italy, she calls, or Knit-Italy, I think that's I think that's how she'd say it, Italy. So, of course, there was the Tegna. I know so many love the Tegna. And there is Maritimo, Novelli, and Missurina, and Manarolo. And she's got 20% off all of those at the moment, which is great. And they're so much fun. So I saw that and I thought, wow, I really do love this. And again, she's got lots of different options there, and yeah, yardage is not too bad. So I just sort of thought, oh, I'll pop that out on the newsletter. And just as I was popping that out on the newsletter, I also came across this one here. Now this is Talkeetna. Now this one came out last year, and I'll just make this a little bigger for us as well. There we go. This came out last year, and I remember when it came out, I looked at that and instantly I thought, oh, I did think about Southlander Sport because, of course, this just looks like bracken through here. Lovely. But, of course, we not that sort of vibed with those colours. So I sort of had it sitting. I've actually had it sitting on my favourites pile for a while. But then thinking about the Eros today, I thought, well, actually, so I threw these colours in. I went back and had another look at it. And these three colours here, if you actually used those three there, the blue, the Imperial, and the Carolina, and what did I call that one? Kingdom, I think. That would work through there. And then in terms of the body and then this warm contrast, you've actually got a couple of options. You could go the sepia there and then those two warm contrasts, which would work. So those four there is a colour story. Oopsie, put that back. Those four there is a colour story. Or you actually go the other way and you go have black as your main colour through here, which will allow these to really pop. And then you put those two in as your warm options, and those as a colour story. And I thought, well, that will work as well. So the Talkeetna is, again, another one. It's worked in sort of a sport-based yarn. You could also do a sport if you wanted to go sport with that. I mean, you could go sport, no problem, actually. If you were to go sport, I would be then, well, if you've got some of the Truly Myrtle Explorer, that would look amazing there. And even the Bliss, so Explorer, Bliss, Oatmeal, then Goldenrod or even Hope, actually. Or was it Joy? Joy or Hope, the really, really vibrant gold. And then you could go Foxy Red in there or even Copper. And then Bracken, yeah, that would work. Depended on what you would have around. But this was quite lovely too. I quite liked the really funky, fun shaping through here and just that play on colour. And then, of course, that screams at Southlander Bracken all day long, isn't it? But as you can see, she's wearing that next to the skin. And it is actually, I had a look at the yarn that she's using, and that's a yarn fairly similar to Southlander. I'm with her. See, I'd have no trouble wearing that next to my skin, but not everybody would be able to do that, which is where the Eros would come in. It would actually give you something much gentler and softer next to the skin. So either way, if you haven't looked at any of Caitlin's work for a while, jump in and have a look, because there's some really she's got some really interesting, quirky stuff. And as you know, I love the Nanilchik Swan Show, and I'm actually thrashing that at the moment. But there's stuff that interesting and different and quirky, and then you've got like crazy picture sort of stuff with the halibut and all sorts of, there's something there that you'll find and you'll like. And I do like something a little bit quirky, a little bit quirkier. So do definitely have a play around with that and see if there's anything there that might work. Hey everyone. Oh, Kathy was just saying it was -2 at hers this morning. Yeah, I think we were about 0. There was ice on the windshield. It was icy. It was icy. Anywho, I did manage not a huge amount of knitting. I was kind of quietly hoping I'd get this finished, but I ended up having a busier weekend than expected. but I'm making some really good progress on the vest. So let me get this. So I made a decision on the neckline in the end. So I decided just to do a fairly standard neckline because I am going to do just a big roll collar. Initially, I thought I might mirror the neckline front and back, but I changed my mind on that. So this is where I am at. So, and I'm sorry about the bits of waste yarn everywhere, but I'll tell you my reasoning behind this in a minute. So there is my shoulder. Look at that lovely slopey shoulder. Isn't that a lovely slopey shoulder with all my live stitches there? Why do you have live stitches, Maree, I hear you ask? The reason I have live stitches there is I'm going to 3-needle bind off these. I'm going to 3-needle bind off them on the inside. I did think about doing a raised bind off on the outside, but I've decided against that. So I will do that from the inside, which will give me a very beautiful, tidy rolled shoulder seam. But look, you've got that. Oh, let me move that out of the way so you can see it. But I've got that really lovely, nice slopey angle. And how I achieved that, and it's the one thing that people don't tend to think about, because when you're working flat like this, remember, you know how you like cast off, then knit, then go back, then cast off some more, then knit, then go back and cast off some more. I didn't do that. I did short rows instead. And it gives you this lovely, gentle, slopey shoulder, which is all completely integrated, and you still have these lovely live stitches at the end of it. So that's what I've gone and done there. I've done one of the slopey shoulders there at the front. So I've done the front shoulder, but I just haven't done the back yet. And what I've done at the back, I could have shaped it, but I just genuinely couldn't be asked. So I'll show you at the back. So what I've gone and done is where I've done the short rows, it's just straight up there. I'm just going to pick the stitches up and around, bearing in mind big rolled collar going over the side, so you're never going to see it. And I've kept those stitches live there at the back as well. And the reason behind this is because why cast them off? Because you're only going to just pick those bastards back up again. I don't get designers that do that. Why? Just put them on some waistline yarn and keep them live. And then you can knit them back up. Anyway, that's just designer logic I've never gotten. Anywho. And then at the front, oh, sorry, hold on, let me just tuck that in there. There's my, there's the beginning. And then, of course, look at that lovely little sloop. Quite pretty. So, and then I've got it all sloped back, so it should fit in. So it's going to be just a lovely, as you can see, nice whitish neckline. Wide, but not too wide. So that's where I'm at with that. Very big, deep arm side there because it's a vest after all, so I wanted it to be nice and deep. If I were to do this as a sweater, so I'm just going to sit back here so you can see it. If I was to say, there's my arm side down here. If I was doing this as a sweater, which you never know, I might do another one as a sweater, I would actually change that arm side. I wouldn't have the arm side so deep. So I would move the arm side from here. So at the moment it's here. I would actually, move that arm side up quite a bit because I'd want more of a fitted sleeve. But that's like I've designed this to have something worn underneath it. So that's why the arm side is where the arm side is. But I'm thinking, like I have actually written notes down. Don't get your hopes up and think I'm going to publish this because I probably won't. Unless I can convince someone, Ethan, to decipher my chicken scratch and grade it for me. It's the grading really, because and then put it out. However, I have written down kind of what I've done because we've got another yarn coming, which I would knit in the same gauge. So, and I've got some precursor yarn which has been sitting in stash for ages, which, like, when I say ages, I mean ages, that I might actually re-knit this in that, quite a different textured yarn. Just see what it looks like. She says that. She's thinking about it. She says that now. Anywho, but that's where we're at. Because then, and I'm loving the back. Really happy with the back. But then if I were to do that, like if I were to move that arm side sort of up to there, which would be easy enough done, to be honest with you. Easy enough done. I could move it up to there. There were two things that would happen. I possibly wouldn't make it as wide either, and I'd move this up, sort of shimmy this up because shimmy this up, and I do one of two things. Actually, if I were to do what I'm doing, so this is now I'm thinking. You've got me thinking now. Actually, you know what? No, I probably wouldn't. What I might do is actually just go round and round and round, move it up to there, then just divide off, slight inset, and then actually almost do kind of a drop shoulder, to be brutally honest. Yeah, I would. And go more aggressive on the short row shaping. That's what I'll do for the next one. Yeah, that's what I'll do for the next one. That'll work. Because it's a textured yarn, you see. Oh, yeah, that's what I'll do. You can see it about there. I actually pressed it, hence the reason why. You can sort of see where I've pressed it. Laugh. Anyhow, yeah, I think that's what I'll do. That would work. That would work. The things you think about. But no, with any luck, if I have a good crack at this tonight, I'll definitely get the shaping done. 3 needle bind off these. And with any luck, I will get the neckline done. And what I'll do with the neckline, just so you're aware, have I got the other needle in there? I'll start out on a 5mm needle and do a good portion of the neckline up into a 5mm needle, and then I'll introduce that 6mm needle, which will give you just a slight funnel, and then that will just help it roll over gently. So that's how I'll do that. And then these guys here, I'll probably, I haven't quite decided on these yet. I'll possibly just do a pick up the stitches all the way around, have a knit row bump, and then cast it all off and just keep it very, very simple, very plain. Or because it is quite a deepish scythe, pick it up and just do a little, because I've only got a little run of double rib. And that's done in a 6mm down there, but I'll probably do these in 5s, I think. That's a plan. It's a plan at this stage. But this is me. It can change. But at least I'm nearly there. And I will get something finished for Knit August Nights. So the streak has not been broken, which will be good. And yarn-wise, I'm into my 4th ball of Southlander. I'm going to take one more home just in case. I might need a 5th. I'm hoping I won't. And I'm just finishing my 3rd ball of this one. So, yeah, it's been pretty economical on the yarn front, I have to say. And rather enjoyable to knit. I know, I shouldn't sound surprised, but I am surprised. I didn't think I'd enjoy knitting it quite as much as I did. Because I'm usually not a fan of knitting to a deadline, but no, it's been great. It's been really good. And other than that, we're just sort of ticking along. We're sort of pulling things together, obviously, for Knit August Nights, and just sort of getting stuff planned for that. It's not too late, as I mentioned last week. If you still and I have actually seen a little flurry of registrations, so it isn't still too late. There are still some great classes out there. In fact, I had one pot. Actually, I'll see if it's still there. I had one just over the weekend. One over the weekend that just swapped around, needed to swap around because of travel. And I may still have a class left. Let's have a look. Yes, I've got in stream 2, I've got one knit to flatter because they had to switch things around. So that is Friday afternoon. Now that class was formerly sold out. So I'm telling you guys first, knit to flatter on Friday afternoon. There is a spare class there. So if you're already registered and you're thinking, oh my, I must, you'll have the instructions on how to do that in the last 2 or 3 emails that I've sent you have got instructions on how to do that. But other than that, there's still some really good classes to snap up. So in stream 1, cabling without a cable needle. There's a couple of spots there, and Latvian braids and I-cords. So that's stream 1. In stream 2, there's that one knit to flatter. There's a couple in cabling without a cable needle and kitchen a stitch. So that's what's available in stream 2. Stream 3, one ticket left in fixing lace and one ticket left in convert it. Now that was also previously sold out as well. So only one ticket left in that and one in Intarsia Basics. So there you go. Only one on each of those. And then in stream 4, Harry Flash Crochet, which is a really fun class. Harry Flash Crochet is, doing the granny square folded cardigan and jacket. The ones that did the class last year loved it. That's a really fun class. So there's a couple of tickets left in that. Embroidery and embellishments, there's a couple of tickets left in that, and that's it. But as you can see, there's still quite a bit of variety left there, which is loads of fun. So yeah, don't be afraid to think, oh, throw caution to the wind, I'm going to come, because it isn't too late. I've got all my, I think I showed you last week, I've got all my merch and stuff, and I've gone and made sure that I've ordered enough that there'll be, if you register late, there'll be a goodie bag, there'll be everything there. I have enough because I ordered extras to be able to be available for sale on the Sunday anyway. So you won't miss out if you come along at this late stage. I'll probably fully cut things off about the week thereof. But other than that, it's all steam ahead. Very exciting. Anywho, I'm going to let you go because it's, oh my gosh, it's 10 to 3. 10 to 3, and you guys will need to go and get kids and get things organised for your day. I will let you go. I'll catch up with you again on Thursday, and fingers crossed I'll be able to show you a completed garment. That would be fun. I really do hope I can get that finished between now and then. And if you're looking for something new to cast on and you're over the heavy stuff and you want to do something a little bit lighter, have a look at some Eros and Caitlin Hunter. There might be something there to entice you. So until then, I will see you on Thursday. Take care.